This is 5 on your side at noon. Focused on you.
We begin today at noon with the unseasonably chilly weather. Here's a live look at Interstate 64 in Chesterfield. We woke up to temperatures in the 20s, and it's not going to get much warmer than it is right now. Thanks for being here at noon. I'm Kay Quinn. We will see a warm up by the end of the week. Meteorologist Jim Castillo is here with that weather first forecast.
Yeah, hey, good morning. Or good afternoon. It is noontime now, so look what's happening. High pressure is right over us. So that's why we had our coldest morning yet. And eventually it slides onto the east. And when that happens, you get these southerly and southwesterly winds moving in here. And so tomorrow closer to 60 degrees and today in the 40s. And the low this morning, 27. So just missed that record low in St. Louis of 26. Outside of the city, well, we had some teens even around Rolla, upper teens there. And also look at Salem, Missouri at 16 this morning. Chesterfield, 23 degrees. And of course, temperatures in Flora, Illinois, about 27. So today's forecasted highs about 48 in St. Louis, 49 in Festus. So some areas close to 50. We're at 43 right now and humidity at 47%. So it's that really dry air in place. Are there any rain chances with the warmer air? You'll love the weekend forecast. I'll have that for you coming up in just a bit.
All right, we'll see you then. Thank you, Jim. New at noon, St. Louis County is getting ready for winter. Salt trucks are on the road in some areas as crews hold their winter operation training. It includes instructions on proper snow plowing and salting procedures and allows operators to drive their assigned snow routes.
People in St. Louis County may see some snow plows driving through the streets. They're running the routes, making sure they know where they're going to be and looking for anything that might be a challenge.
So if you see a snow plow on the road, officials say it's a good time for you to practice giving them space to work. Illinois Congresswoman Nikki Budzinski is in the Metro East right now. She's touring the Belleville Shoe Manufacturing Company. The Democrat is there to learn more about its operation and its role in producing boots for the U.S. military. Congresswoman Budzinski introduced an amendment that would require the Defense Department to examine current military footwear regulations and provide recommendations to improve them. Happening today, St. Louis city leaders once again asking for public input on possible solutions to help the homeless. 5 on your side's Holden Kerwicki is at City Hall with the latest on the so-called Unhoused Bill of Rights.
Okay, the goal of the proposed ordinance is to protect the dignity, safety, and create equal rights for those in the homeless community. However, some members of the Board of Aldermen are worried it could create more problems than it actually solves. Some requirements of the bill would order the city to select what's being called a safe camping area, complete with toilets, showers, electricity, and running water. The proposal would also mandate the city to provide 24/7 security at each safe campsite, either from a police officer or police surveillance. There's also a push to make it easier for shelters to open up without gathering public support from homeowners. Several people voiced their frustrations to the Board of Aldermen at a public hearing last week.
Why is it easier and cheaper to find fentanyl and crack cocaine in this city than bread or a blanket?
We can do better. We're one of America's great cities and we're in decline.
Earlier versions of the board bill received public pushback after including language that would allow for public urination and defecation in some areas. However, after hearing public concerns, that language has since been removed. There is a public hearing tonight set for 6 o'clock right here at City Hall. Reporting in downtown St. Louis, Holden Kerwicki, 5 on your side.
A coordinator from the Environmental Protection Agency has been assigned to manage the response to sewage problems that have plagued Cahokia Heights for decades. The state has documented 91 different sewage backups. More than a year ago, the governor allocated millions in funding to fix the problems. Residents say they haven't seen any change. The owners of the now closed Seafood City and University City are expected in court today. The building's owner is suing the store's owner. The company claims Seafood City owes more than $300,000 in back rent. Health officials shut down the store in March. Crews spent 4 weeks removing tons of rotten seafood. St. Louis city leaders putting millions of dollars in unspent pandemic funds under the microscope. The Board of Aldermen could steer some of that money into new programs. A new proposal would redirect funds from the American Rescue Plan Act. $5 million would go to a tenant registry, updating zoning codes, and forgiving medical debt.
We have about $80 million worth of medical debt that is held by people just in the city of St. Louis.
Well, I'm interested in supporting tenants. We don't even have that bill introduced yet. So to allocate funds to a bill that doesn't exist or a program that doesn't exist, we don't know if it'll pass, is odd.
The mayor's office says the city has only spent 17% of federal COVID funds so far. Aldermen must allocate and use what's left by the end of 2024. A Missouri appeals court ruled against the ballot summary language that describes abortions as dangerous in abortion rights amendments. Last month, a Cole County judge tossed out the ballot summaries and rewrote all of them. Secretary of State Jay Ashcroft appealed but lost yesterday. State law requires summary statements use neutral language. Advocates are gathering signatures to get abortion-related proposals on next year's ballot. A 15-year-old girl is recovering today after being grazed by a bullet. It hit her in the shoulder last night while she walked along Thekla and Oriole in North St. Louis. Police are now looking for the person who fired the gun. Investigators looking for the cause of a fire that destroyed a building in South St. Louis. Firefighters responded to Idaho Avenue overnight. They say everyone got out of the building safely. Still ahead, an Illinois trooper recovering after being shot during a traffic stop. His family updates us on his condition. Plus, Rennie Knott introduces us to a local musician and his secret to happiness.